In this video, we're going to talk about the strong correlation in NFL and why there's such an edge right now on all fantasy apps by simply just correlating plays. And if you stay to the very end of this video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on exactly how to remain a profitable long-term sports bettor by just focusing on correlation specifically in NFL. But first, let's review the basics. Correlation in sports is when one independent variable positively impacts another independent variable. For example, if Patrick Mahomes is projected to have a very good game, then his wide receivers are also projected to have a really good game. Because Patrick Mahomes as an independent variable is positively correlated with a wide receiver who's also an independent variable. Because Patrick Mahomes is projected to have a very good game, so is his wide receiver because they are positively correlated. The main reason for getting NFL on our correlation tool is to show you how strong this correlation actually is. What I have in front of me is every single correlation metric that's involved in any single player prop or any single combination. If I keep scrolling all the way down, I have tens of thousands of different combinations of player props, and between individual player props, whether they are associated with the away or home team. And again, this shows me the amount of correlation behind every single player prop combo. In column C, it shows me how strongly correlated the two player prop combos are between each other. The higher the number, the stronger the correlation. So if I scroll all the way down here, I can start to see really highly correlated combos. So for instance, in row 122, if you guys can see the screen, I have passing touchdowns by the home quarterback and passing yards by the home quarterback. Since they're essentially the same metric, they're also very highly correlated, 0.698. And as we know, we can't play the exact same player in a Prizepicks slip, so you can't correlate the exact same player. And we have all of our rules built into the correlation tool so that we can decipher through that logic and see what the highest correlated combos we can get away with using Prizepicks, underdog, and parlay plays rules. And if you're an experienced fantasy player, you know that you can't pair the exact same player twice in a slip. But what we can do in row 126 is pair this combo, which is also very highly correlated, 0.69, almost on the dot, nice. Hitting the over of passing completions by the home wide receiver is also very heavily correlated with the receptions of the home wide receiver one. And then what DGF does is we take all those custom rule sets, find out the highest correlated values, and then give you a slip based on that correlation. So for instance, on Prizepicks, we know that we cannot correlate passing touchdowns under, any kind of passing metric on the under, and then also correlate that entire slip with wide receivers, opposing quarterbacks, unders as well. Prizepicks does not allow you to do that. Therefore, the most profitable slip shown by a 98.28 profit margin is going to be the over of all these plays. We take the highest correlated player prop combos, for instance, Josh Allen over passing touchdowns, with Aaron Rodgers over passing yards, with Lazard, one of his wide receivers, over receiving yards. Same thing for Dalvin Cook over receiving yards, Gabe Davis over receiving yards, and then Garrett Wilson also over receiving yards. This, based on all the metrics that we just looked at, is very profitable. And playing this type of slip in the long run is going to give you a profit margin of 98.28% per our metrics. On the far right, we show the correlation score. Essentially, all it is the higher the correlation score, the closer to 100, the more correlated it is. So if we take a look here at this underdog slip, this is also taking into consideration all the correlation metrics and the difference in plus EV, seeing that Hardy's receptions are actually pretty soft according to the sports books, so it's going to go ahead and throw in that receptions number. And again, DGF's correlation tool is showing you exactly what slip to enter at a specific time. Based on the changing metrics, based on the correlation scores, based on the profit margin, we're going to show you the most profitable slip in the long term. And my personal favorite thing about this tool is that you can receive email notifications each time a new slip gets posted, and I know that can get overwhelming. But the highest profitable slip does change based on bumps, changes based on correlation score, and all that. And of course, we aren't taking into consideration what the DFS apps are going to nerf in the future. Therefore, turning this email notifications on guarantees that you will be the first person to see the slip gets posted to the correlation tool. And again, keep in mind that we give you full slips. Every single slip is completely generated for you automatically, and we're going to keep feeding you the most profitable correlated slips until there aren't any.